Hearing this morning from a woman suing Facebook's parent company Meta over the murder of her brother here in the Bay Area. The FBI says an anti-government extremist shot and killed federal officer Patrick Underwood in Oakland in 2020. His sister told CBS Morning anchor Tony DeCopel that Underwood would still be alive today if not for Facebook.
On the night of May 29, 2020, not far from protests over the murder of George Floyd, a surveillance camera captured this white van outside the federal courthouse in Oakland, California. Investigators say the vehicle pulled forward as the door slid open and someone inside opened fire, wounding one federal security officer and killing another.
An assassin cowardly shot two Federal Protective Service contractors as they stood watch over a protest.
According to a criminal complaint, Robert Justice Jr. drove the van while Stephen Carrillo pulled the trigger, using the protest as cover for an anti-government attack. Both men have pleaded not guilty. And yet,
the world is a little less better now with him not being in it.
Angela Underwood Jacobs is the sister of murdered officer Pat Underwood, and she says there was a third accomplice that tragic night: Facebook.
If not for Facebook, do you think your brother would still be with us today?
I do. I believe that if Facebook had acted with the information that they had privy to, that no one else had, of course I do.
In a new wrongful death lawsuit, she alleges Justice and Carrillo had never met in person and had no reason to cross paths until a Facebook group brought them together. The suit claims the social media network recommended Justice join groups dedicated to the extremist Boogaloo movement, where the two men connected and hatched and planned the attack.
They had the information that could have stopped all of this, and they sat on it. They choose to not hand over the information to authorities.
Ted Leopold is her lawyer.
If Facebook were monitoring that, what makes you comfortable with them determining what is just people talking and what is a crime?
They know through their actions of bringing these extremist groups together that bad things are going to happen. And they know through their own algorithms that there are code words that these groups use. And so I don't think anything that was happening amongst communications of these groups was unknown to Facebook.
But he acknowledges lawsuits of this kind have never succeeded against social media companies because of Section 230, part of a broader 1996 Internet law which protects Internet platforms from being held liable for content posted by users. Leopold says that law should no longer apply to Facebook.
They don't fit within the guidelines of Section 230. They don't get to be immunized by the section.
So you're saying everyone thinks that they're protected by Section 230, but from where you sit, their behavior is so outside of what that section is intended for that we're in a different world.
That's right, because they provide the content. They drive people to various groups. They bring groups in that otherwise would not be there, but for Facebook actively bringing them to their platform.
Have you heard from Facebook?
Not at all.
Facebook, for its part, declined our request for an interview. But in a statement, it calls the lawsuit without legal basis and says it's banned more than 1,000 militarized social movements from its platform. That includes the Boogaloo movement, a ban it announced a month after the murder of Pat Underwood.
It's kind of like they fueled the fire.
For Underwood Jacobs, that is the very definition of too little, too late.
What do you think Pat would say if he knew all the details of what happened?
He would tell me to hang on. He would say, have faith that the right thing will be done so that other people wouldn't lose their lives the same way that he lost his.
Tony DeCopel, CBS News,